Okay, welcome back to Algebra as we start a new chapter, Chapter 3. We're going to be talking about the language of algebra. Specifically in 3.1, we're going to talk about variables. Now, if we look at the definition of variables, it is any symbol that represents something else. Now, typically our variables are going to be the alphabet like X, Y, and Z. However, you could really use any type of symbol as well. It's just that sometimes those symbols can become confusing. Remember also that the reason we are using X, and when we use the multiplier, we typically use the X, but in algebra we're going to use the solid dot to represent multiplication. That way it's not going to be confused with X. There's some other terminology that we'll need to know. We need to know what a constant is. And a constant is any fixed number. Could be 1, 5, or 7. Another concept word we need to understand is the difference between domain and range. Now, a domain is just a set of any value that could replace the variable. Okay, and we usually put those in braces. Okay, so it is a set of values that can replace a variable. Okay, now the range, on the other hand, is also in braces, and it is the solution. If we plug in all the values of the domain into an algebraic expression, then it will produce a range. Make sure when you do your answers that you put them in the braces to indicate that it is a set. And I did mention another terminology that we'll need to know, and that is an algebraic expression. An algebraic expression is just the results of performing the mathematical operations that we describe. Now let's do a little example. Let's take our Algebra 1 class. Okay, and if we were to create a domain, okay, my domain would be, in this case it would be Brandon, Carissa, Kendra, and Savannah. That would be my domain. Okay, from that we can create all kinds of expressions. Let's say we wanted to compare boys versus girls. And we can establish a variable for each of those. Let's say B for boys and G for girls. Okay, well, we know that there are 4 students in the class, so we could write some algebraic expressions. Boys plus girls equals 4, because there's 4 in our domain.